Hey all, how you doing? Silent Snooty here. Hope you've all had a good week so far. It's now the middle of the week. We're getting there. Nearly Friday and nearly the weekend coming up. So today is Full Base Tour Part 2. If you didn't have an opportunity to watch the first part, please feel free, when in your own time and leisure, to go back and have a look and see what you think. So I think first there is just one little thing that I would like to try. I've been thinking about this today and I'm curious. I need a few little things just before I start the tour part 2. I just need a few little things just to see if this actually works. Once I've gathered the bits and pieces, I will explain what I'm doing. Actually, it might be a good idea just to have a little something to eat. So we need a bed. And then a few bits and pieces out of the main storage. We need a little bit of redstone. I hope that this is actually going to work. I haven't actually tested this. Everything that I do is generally first time. There's been no dry run to see if it works. Ah, yes. I know what else I need. And it is night time as well, so this is one of the reasons. Right. So how do you make a pressure plate? 1, 2, 3. 3 will do, I think, just to be on the safe side. I need a few more dispensers. This is just for science. Right. We'll do it here, shall we? This will be good. Yeah, that'll be alright here, I think. Right. Right, dispense. Ah, yes, that's it, isn't it? That is the right way up. So, if I put just one firework in there, one in there, and one in there. Now, if I press this pressure plate, what I'm hoping is that these fireworks are going to go off. No. Put redstone on them. Aha. Okay. So this is what I've been thinking about today. Obviously I've been concentrating on work, but I've also been thinking about this. So I'm wondering that when you're in the sleeping animation, can you interact with blocks? Because it seems like you make quite a noise when you actually hit the deck, and it does feel like you are interacting with the blocks. So I'm going to fly towards this bed. I'm going to slide off this bed. If I do this, just to make sure that I don't slide too far, at least I will hit those buttons. I'm wondering that when you are stuck in the sleeping animation, can you trigger these? We are now going to find out. What do you all think? Do you think this is going to work? Right, let's find out, shall we? Oh, I went too far. No, 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 no. Went way too far, didn't I? Blimey. Actually went over this wall. Right. Here we go. Nice and slowly. Oh, now was I actually... Oh no, I've just set it off by accident. I've got one more shot at this, I think. Let me just move this bed. Okay, right. One more chance, I think, or is it too late? Is it too late to sleep? Oh, I missed it. I think that's it. I think we've missed our chance. I don't think you can sleep now. No. Ah, we missed it. Okay. We'll try it later if we get a chance. But my question is when you're stuck in the sleeping animation, can you actually interact with blocks? And we'll find out. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but we'll try it just for science. Okay, let's start the tour. Part 2. So, we've already touched on the ocean monument. I will talk about this dam area when I talk about these farms over here. But I think first what we'll do is we'll move on to this one. So this is basically a zombie pigman nether portal farm on Java. There's a chance that that's going to be so loud here, isn't it? On Java, there's a random chance that a zombie pigman can spawn in a portal. And if you put enough of them together, like I have here, this is not quite the optimum amount yet, but it will be. You can get them to chase over the turtle egg and then you can see what's happening. They're aggroed to the turtle egg, and then they fall into this area where you can use them to repair your tools, or you can get some experience, or you can get some gold. And as you can see, it does produce quite well, I must say. So how this farm used to work, I believe it was pre 1.18, was that if you were to break a portal and reignite a portal as quick as possible, every single time the portal was relit, a zombie pigman used to spawn. Now, from 1.18 onwards, I believe that this was considered a bug and was fixed, but it does still work in Bedrock. But what I did was I just set up a little portal here just to give you a demonstration of what it's like when a portal is reignited and broken and reignited. So just basically a little clock here. Oh, they're so noisy, aren't they? Right, I'll give you the little demonstration. So there you go, the portal is being broken and reignited by the bucket of water is breaking the portal, and then the flint and steel is reigniting. This is basically just like a little clock. They have been so noisy here. Let me just get rid of them quickly. That was so loud. But yeah, there you go. So the original inspiration for this farm was from a tutorial that I followed by Silentwisperer. On the farm that he built, or she built, they used a trident killer. I did actually build a trident killer to then find out that it was a bedrock only thing. But killing them this way is absolutely fine and works perfect. But yeah, Silentwisperer was the original inspiration for this. And again, it was another way in which I was able to learn quite a bit about the game. Right, let's get out of here. So noisy. Right, so just over here next. So here are two lava cast towers. I really don't know what to do with them, to be honest. That would be really nice to build something. But what is the question? I was kind of thinking of extending them out, so all this will be gone, and then I'll slowly build up all the way around here to make like little rooms, and it'll still be this high. But yeah, what to do with them, I really don't know yet. Maybe some kind of suspension bridge, maybe linking them across. That might be quite nice, perhaps. Perhaps maybe somebody could leave a comment and maybe make a suggestion of what I could do with these. But so high up in the air on top of these. Right, let me go and get some more rockets quickly. So yeah, been nice to build something here using these towers. Not quite sure what yet. So moving along. So I decided to mine out an entire chunk. As you can see, I put glass over the top of it and I mined out a 16 by 16 chunk. At the time when I mined out this chunk, I had multiple chests here which had all the blocks and all the ores that were found in this chunk. They've all since gone and been put in their homes in the automatic storage, but I'll show you down here. Surprising how long it actually takes to mine out a chunk as well. So while I was mining out this chunk, I did find a geode. Can't believe all these endermen that keep putting these grass blocks down here. They're just everywhere you look. There's a load down there. They just don't stop, do they? So here's an amethyst geode. As you can see, what I've done here is I've not made a particular farm out of this, but I have mined around all the blocks that can spawn the shards or grow the shards. Basically, this is a way of making tinted glass using these. And there has been a few occasions where I've used tinted glass, so it does come in handy. So we'll keep going down. It is just amazing how far down mining out an entire chunk is. So as I was mining, I came across this cave. I just thought it looked amazing, really. This low down as well. And then right at the bottom, bedrock. And like another little cave which was lit up. More grass blocks. An actual enderman has put a grass block on top of a previous grass block by looks of things. But yeah, we're basically at bedrock level. And yeah, as I say, time wise this took such a long time to do. It's just really surprising. It's actually getting dark, so we might be able to do a quick test of our theory again. Can you interact with blocks while you're in the sleeping animation? If the answer is yes, then, well, I mean, that does lead on to all kinds of interesting things. And the possibilities are endless. But yeah, there you go. That was the mining of the chunk. I will show you where I have marked out another 5 chunks to mine, but I've not actually started them yet. To be honest, I don't know whether I will. But as you can see here, here's another 16 by 16 chunk. And another one here, and another one here, and here. And last but not least, another one is here. Right, so it is literally only just starting to become night, so we will move on to the next farm. This was a Voltrox design, and it was originally a mob farm, but I have since converted it into being a gunpowder farm. So as you can see, plenty of gunpowder. If you go and get the mobs to spawn or stand on the AFK platform. And then quickly fly down here. Some will drop. Yeah, there's a few on there now. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so basically an automatic gunpowder farm. And again, it's something that just took such a long time to build. And yeah, this was a Voltrox tutorial. A little timer for the water sources to activate. Yeah, there you go. There they all go. How these farms work is just incredible, really. So clever. So yeah, there you go. That is the gunpowder farm. So moving on to the farm that I touched on when we went back in time. This is basically the farm that my son built, and as I said before, it's basically remained untouched. Quite happy here. Still looks nice. Oh, nearly 25 minutes passed already in the stream. I just can't believe how quick the time goes when you're streaming. Right, okay, let's see if we can interact with those pressure plates, shall we? So I'm not going to go too fast this time. Do the pressure plates trigger. I'm not going to make it. That was lucky, almost. No, it doesn't appear that you do. Oh, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? So the sleeping animation, unfortunately, doesn't interact with any blocks. That's a little bit of a shame, because you could have used slime blocks to bounce on, or you could have used ice to slide on. Yeah, what a shame. Never mind. It it was worth having a little look. So we'll carry on the tour. I think this is probably going to have to be split into 3 parts, this tour net, really. So we've covered this farm. So here is a little generic egg farm. Nothing too exciting, just a couple of chickens producing some eggs. Obviously, the more chickens that you get in there, the more eggs you produce. Just 2 is enough, really, to be honest. So, yeah, generic egg farm. Sorry, I just had a little look at the chat and just ran into the wall. Hello there, feel free to send a message in the chat. So here is the mutton and wool farm that was moved. I did originally show you that basically over there in this direction was the original farm, and I did move it here. So this works using entity cramming, a little bit of wool, a little bit of mutton. Also some quite cool sheep using name tags, because why not? So you got a couple of jebs which are all multicoloured. And thank you for the like as well, by the way. I appreciate it. You got a few jebs and a few dinner bones. The dinner bone name and oh yeah, I forgot he's down there. The dinner bone name puts him upside down, and the jeb name tag turns them into a rainbow sheep. And in all these little compartments is multiple sheep, and what you do is feed them, and when they get to 23/24, when you feed them after that, they start to die to entity cramming. And then this is where all the bits and pieces are collected. Just in here, but I've not actually used this for a while. I did just move it onto site. So moving on is another Voltrox design. This is actually 2 farms. So one is built multicoloured wool, and the other one is built for the neutral coloured wool. And as you can see, produces absolutely perfect. I really do like this when it's actually turned on. It's not currently turned on at the moment because there's no shears in the dispensers, but you've got all of the coloured sheep in here, and they are literally all pushed down and into place by a piston and a piece of glass, so they literally can't move. That does sound really quite cruel, really, doesn't it, when you say it like that? That does sound a bit cruel, really. What do you think? Do you think it sounds a bit cruel? Oh dear, oh dear. The things that we do in this game. Anyway, these sheep have all made me feel bad now. So I think it's time to get out of here. Dear oh dear. Right, okay, so what are we on at the moment? 30 minutes. So we've covered all this area. I think we'll cover this area next. So, as I've already touched on here, this is another mega project. Basically 100,000 blocks in a straight line, starting from here. And I think if we have a look at the counter, the Z coordinate, it was actually 12 or minus 12, because this tunnel did actually originally start just over here by the house, but I did move it, but I did actually stick with the original values. So it's basically a mine, and the idea is to basically go 100,000 blocks in that direction at Y level minus 53. I will just very quickly show you down here. Hey guys, please feel free to send a message in the chat. And also, for those who are currently watching, if you would like to name a skeleton horse, please send a message in the group chat and I'll grab a name tag and I'll name it for you. So yeah, this was originally minus 13, but we're not quite on minus 13. And so far I've gone around 7,500 blocks in that direction, so only really got 92,500 to go. Sounds awful, doesn't it? But why not, hey? This project is just going to take such a long time. And so what I've done as well is, in tandem with this tunnel, I've built a house which is 1,000 blocks out. The next milestone that I hit, which was 5,000 blocks, I built a house. And then at the 10,000 block mark, I will build another house. And then the next milestone will be 20,000 blocks. And then we'll go up in 20,000 block increments after that until we hit 100,000. So will mean that there'll be 8 small little houses that will be built along the way. I will just very quickly show you just the first house. It's only 1,000 blocks out. So not that far. It's always so nice just to go for a little fly in the wilderness. I have already said this before, but the shaders do make the game look absolutely amazing. And there we go. Here's our little house, 1,000 blocks out. And I left the door open. So there's a nether portal here. This is actually linked to the nether roof and is connected to the ice highway in tandem. So as we progress towards 100,000 blocks, the ice highway will extend, and so will these little houses, until we get to 100,000 blocks, which will be the end of the goal and where the final house will be built. So quite a mission really, and a very big project. But if you go down here, you get back onto the tunnel. So yeah, there you go. Massive project to try and complete. How long it's going to take me, I really don't know, but we'll see. We'll just take a nice little fly back. I will just very, very briefly touch on just these little areas here. This is potentially a slime chunk. I've not actually explored it properly yet, but I have seen some slimes bouncing around in here, so I shall have to see if this is actually a slime chunk, and we'll see what we can do with that in the future. In fact, I might actually add that to my list of already 16 tasks and jobs that I've got to do. And just over here was just a little frog breeding farm. This is where I bred the frogs to take to the nether roof, to add them to the magma cream farm, so I could get the frog lights that we used on top of the perimeter wall all the way around. So yeah, this was like a little breeding area. I don't know how they're getting up there. Get down. Right, so next, I think probably we'll do these next two farms and then we'll end the stream. And I've got a feeling that probably the base tour is going to last maybe three parts, or maybe even 4 parts. The thing is that it does feel like there's a lot to cover. So the next thing on the list is the squid stroke salmon farm. I will just very quickly find out whose tutorial I followed on this. Let me just have a quick look. Hopefully I'm not going to get attacked while I'm doing this. Was it that one? Yeah, I think it was very similar, to be honest, to that one. I think that was technically the tutorial that I followed. And that person was Regund. Thought it would actually be quite nice to have something so quirky. So as you can see, the squids and the salmons basically spawn in these, and then when they get down to the bottom, you know the rest. So let's go down and have a quick look. I did add again my own little spin on this. There is an Enderman in here. the stream is kind of showing that it has frozen kind of on my screen. I'm not quite sure why. But I think maybe just in case there is any problems, I think what we'll probably do is we'll leave it here just in case it isn't functioning properly. And then we will come back for a part 3 and a part 4. So I think sometimes when you're streaming, it doesn't like you tabbing out and loading in like a web page. Oh, it is kind of working. Oh. It just seems to be like really quite far behind. Not sure why. Very out of sync. Alright then. If it seems to be working, I'll show you this one then. I really wish I could get that Enderman out of here, to be honest. Actually, I probably could. This farm does always make me laugh, to be honest. It's really cruel. So, the little bit that I added into this was what you call a button of hope. So, at this moment in time, the squids and the salmons do that. Oh dear, so funny. But when you press the button of hope, it drops some water down. And then if any squid or salmon land in here now, they land in the water instead of instantly dying. Hopefully you'll get to see an example. Let me try and get rid of that Enderman actually. That's it, come on. Come over here. Get out of here. He's not going to come over here, is he? Ah, here he comes. Right. Ah, yes, he's finally gone. Thank goodness for that. Right. Let's see if we see any squid or salmon. No, they don't want to. They've got stage fright. But as you can see, it does produce. Probably really just when you're flying around or you're doing another project. But yeah, it does work. So yeah, this was quite a cool little addition. And I also added this little section. So there you go, that is the squid and salmon farm, or as my daughter named it, the Squid and Salmon cinema, because how it was built kind of looks a bit like a cinema. There we go. That's been turned off. It's a shame that the Squid and Salmons had stage fright there, really. So this was one of the reasons why I created this dam. This was originally a river. And what I did was I used sponges from the ocean monument to basically drain all these sections. And this is what was left. So I decided to kind of make a bit of a dam out of it, and I'll see about making some kind of a decoration for it. I think it'll look quite nice. But again, not really too sure what I'm going to do with this yet. All this little decoration was added here. So next we'll move on to, this is the glow squid farm. And this was a tutorial by I think this was actually technically a tutorial by Shulkercraft, if I remember correctly. All I know is that this just took such a long time to build. Anyway, I'll show you this functioning. So there's an AFK platform up here. If we give it a moment, should hopefully see some glow squid spawn. But this really did take such a long time to build as well. There you go, that should hopefully be enough time in order for us to see some glow squids. Unless they're going to have stage fright as well. Maybe. No glow squids. How strange. It's very odd that both of these two just don't seem to be wanting to work today. Not sure why. But anyway, I'll show you the collection system. So, little minecart going around the edge. The glow squids are killed by the magma blocks, and the water current pushes them onto the magma blocks. And as you can see, produces glow ink. This works really well. And again, was another farm which was just so much fun to build. They really are all fun to build, to be honest. Right, so we're 51 minutes now. I think probably the best thing to do would be to leave it at that. We still have all the Nether stuff to cover. But as of now, this is more or less it in the overworld. Just very quickly, two more things. I think you have already seen this. It was just a little skulk farm that I built here, just to help to get the skulk sensors in order to build the automatic fish farm. Sounds so cool, this does, doesn't it? This was the original block that I mined in order to get all these. And the last thing, which is just over here, is another Voltrox build. And that is, of course, the raid farm. This is yet another one that works really, really well. Has done the job. Gives you just enough stuff. So, this is what I was talking about yesterday, that these gates are made out of nether wood because they don't burn with lava. But the fact that you can put a sign on top of a normal wooden gate, and it doesn't burn, it's just really strange. So I couldn't actually build this farm until I'd been to the Nether. And then just down here, the killing area, a few bits and pieces in here. And I added these campfires because of the problem with raid farms and the fact that if Vexes spawn, then you're in for a world of trouble. So what I did was placed a few campfires down at the bottom just to give a few more ticks of damage before sweeping them up with a sword. And it worked really well. But yes, this was another Voltrox tutorial that worked absolutely perfect. Right, let's get back, and I think we'll leave it there. So that's nearly everything covered in the overworld. Yeah, it's very... Ah, there you go. There's one, I think. Was that one? There was something glowing down there. I'm not sure. Yeah, very strange. Not sure why these two are not working. I will have to look into it. Anyway, thank you to those who watched. What I will do is I will attempt to try and stream tomorrow a part 3 of the full base tour. Again, work permitting. And also thank you very much for the like. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. Bye for now.